光锐很健谈的各位观众朋友，你们好。本期节目先来说明一下，双语节目算是我这个频道的特色之一，但是我也从来没有打算大量的去推。当时推出那几期节目，更多的是提供一个窗口，让朋友们有机会了解一下我的这个思维模式吧，是怎么形成的。后来呢，也有朋友提醒我，就是念别人的书啊，这个可能有知识产权这方面的因素啊，所以那几期节目呢，我把它上面的广告都去掉。但前些天啊，这吴三桂同学在 Twitter 上跟我你来我往，然后到最后他非要求我用英语说明一下我为什么会形成的看法啊。我是一直觉得三桂瞎破胆，这是我用的原话。那既然有挑战了啊，咱就要应战。于是呢，我就花了些时间，用洋衣文字写了一个挺长的这侧写 profile， 因为我觉得这位三桂同学还是可以作为一个蛮经典的样板specimen 来展示一下有这样经历背景的人为什么有相当多都变成了现在这个模样。那么因为这一期的内容加上接下来的朗读都是我的原汁原版的原创，所以这期节目就不客气了，我就把这 monetization 广告什么都打上了。好的，先跟大家说明了一下，现在就切换到英语状态。This narrative is for a shattered man and a twisted soul. Mommy's boy and teacher's pet. 三桂 a late 1960s or early 1970s, was destined to be swept into an extremely competitive era of China's exam-oriented education system, along with his peers. The rate of college education was on the carpet. Before the century turned, a clear majority of the adolescent population never made it to a specifically marked high school, where they enrolled stood a decent chance of passing the annual college entrance examination. The sacred single plank bridge, the once in a life chance to alter one's path. Indeed, back in those days, students admitted into the nation's top universities were instant celebrities in the immediate circles of parents and grandparents. Much like those who recited well to score top 3 in ancient imperial exams, thus bestowed the one-time privilege of walking the emperor's walk in front of an envious and excited crowd. 三桂, as one of the best and brightest, enjoyed the life of a teacher's pet, till he secured a slot in his year of test and showed up in the capital city of China as a bewildered yet pompous college student. The awakening was rude. The Beijing that greeted Sangui was in shambles, rocked by political crises and beleaguered in ideal clash. Yet unknown to Sangui, the capital city was about to blow up in a spectacular but deadly way. June 1989 came, and AK-47s pummeled the streets. Tanks ran over makeshift roadblocks next to bodies of student protesters and unfortunate bystanders. The rampage of shooting went on for days. At dawn, the little old man in charge gave the order to quell the months-long unrest that turned the Tiananmen Square into a smelly camp town, no matter the cost. Sangui's peace of mind was among the casualties. The clampdown, brutal and bloody, fell viciously hard as it was completely unexpected. The near-death experience thus registered a huge psychological shock. After all, candies and flowers on the way to a high office in the new government of the civilized loomed on the horizon just weeks before. Sangui was frightened to the insides of his bones. It's a terrifying night from which he, like many others, never recovered. China left Sangui scarred, and America added salt on the wound. An exiled king with an invisible crown, Sangui, for all the anti-tradition rhetoric in later years, was immersed in its heavenly promise. For talented boys in class, all the blossom and caress would be in the offering, so long as you fulfill the duty of a perfect nerd. It's the most virtuous thing in the world, and high positions in the imperial court are down the road. So the preaching says. With that glamorous future busted for the good in China, Sangui made the run for America, ready for the redemption of grace and fortune. But America was never a party of this bargain. For sure, the United States did open its arms to quite a few. Skilled labor coding on computers and languishing in labs 14 hours per day. Beautiful girls submitting themselves to all sorts of sponsors, and supplicants practicing the art of supplicating in pleasing ways. Those open doors were not the type of Sangui to squeeze through. Short-sighted glasses on the nose and tons of notes in the head. Sangui was as lazy as he's talented, and as hopelessly undisciplined as he's well-read. And there was the ego. Too much of it. An exiled king with an invisible crown. Sangui learned it the hard way that there's something worse than coerced silence. Free to shout at the loudest of your voice, with no one deigned to listen. The changed man. To be sure, Sangui did not leave his remarkable brain to the plight of total waste. Collecting handsome tips as a special interpreter, hunting for bargains in weekend garage sales, all helped to get the bottom line covered. What would make an old Chinatown sneak-in tearfully content, though, was a far cry from satisfaction for Sangui. Time was not easy for anybody, but it's particularly hard for one trapped in a daily struggle between the knowing all, high-powered, sky-is-limit superhuman in the dreams and the badly beaten, all-time sullen, self-despising loser in the real world. All but a demolition of colliding impulses. Sangui inevitably changed over the years, in outlook and in politics. After the 2020 election ended in a digitized coup, Sangui rushed to embrace the full-version conspiracy theory. The notion that a transnational, all-powerful, and non-stoppable deep state complex is out there to take control and destroy the world. Indeed, in the increasingly fanatic disclosures filed by Sangui, that thing had been in motion for decades, even centuries, and no one could escape from the abyss it prepared for all mankind. No longer hiding the fear and the despair, now fully rationalized, Sangui openly identified with those deemed as gallant fighters against overwhelming odds. That is, those who lost to this conspiracy machine with global reach. For the moment, Soviet Russia and Showa Japan are Sangui's martyrs, and the people wonder whether Nazi Germany would soon join the list. But there's one aspect that never changed. Not good for Cameron. So despite a sizable following on Twitter, Sangui never attempted the alternative of opening a video channel. Yin Sam. So there Sangui is, a rather good specimen for those caught between the past and the future, East Asia and North America. A man who failed to adjust, but was compelled to change. A Narcissus, drawn the eloquence of his own, but recoiled at the sight of iron and blood. A talented soul let down by the world, and one that insists the world is at fault. The lesson that each and every man shall draw from Sangui is a straight one. For all the smart ass and book reciting, a lack of valor is the deal breaker all by itself. For after your heart gets broken, your brain cannot possibly hold. Not for long. 好的，本期节目就是这些。无论您对此有什么样的感想，留言板、Twitter 还有我的电报群，非常期待大家的反馈。